Are you okay? Thank you.
Let me thank you for the opportunity to introduce. My name is Pastor Osaigi Ezeyamo from Edo State. And this afternoon, to the glory of God, I've just paid and collected the expression of interest and nomination form for the Edo gubernatorial elections, which is coming up September 19th of this year. Primaries have been scheduled for 22nd of June, also this year. I'm proud this afternoon to be surrounded by notable leaders of our party. Because of space constraint, many of them could not even come here. But even those who came here, their names and their antecedents is impressive enough. And when we're coming here just now, again because of space constraint, only few could enter. But permit me to mention that in Edo State, we have very, very strong APC members and leaders. Very, very strong. People who have served this nation in different endeavors, people who have excelled in various fields. And in this election that is coming up, many of them wanted to contest. Many of them were prevailed upon to contest because of existing situations. But thank God for elders amongst us who also reason that it will not make sense for all of us to go and collect the form. What is important is let's deliberate among ourselves, and the one we believe has the best interest of the state at heart, the one we also believe would appreciate that politics is a teamwork, let's support that person so that he can go, because all of us cannot go there. And that process has been on for quite a while. Some even thought it could not work, but because of the caliber of those involved, it has worked. And some days ago, we had our last meeting and we resolved. We were actually 8. One of them decided that he would just support whoever emerges. He would no longer even contest. And that's Chief Solomon Edebiri. He should have been here, but he's out of town. And we want to thank him for the decision he also made. The remaining 7 of us eminently qualified to contest, and we've been talking to ourselves, and we resolved that before we pick the ticket, we would agree on one person, and we would support the person. Not just with our mouth, but even with our pocket. And so we decided to put money together to support whoever we choose. And I'm happy to announce that at the end of the day, I was chosen among this very formidable group. Some of them are here. 1 or 2 had to leave because they had other engagements they needed to keep. Left office as NDDC Commissioner representing Edo State. Before then, he has been a commissioner in our State Executive Council. He's also been chairman of Odiomon Local Government Council, where I come from. He's been secretary of our party in the local government. So he's somebody that has a very rich political history. By him again is a former member of the House of Reps, Honorable E.J. Agbonwayima. He represented the good people of Ikpobawaka and Igbo in the House of Reps, a very vibrant political activist, and somebody too wanted to contest, but has also decided that in the spirit of our discussions, I should be supported to go. Next to me is a man we are very proud of, a retired general in the Nigerian Army, a man who served without blemish. And funny enough, both of us have a little history together in the sense that he has once contested for governorship in PDP as a candidate, not as an aspirant. And eventually, he moved to the APC, believing there's a better platform. and he has also agreed to support me. Two gentlemen who were here with us when we were collecting the form had to go somewhere. Professor Fred Ibigwe Amadasun, he's a professor of medicine and the top leader of our party, was also going to vie, but he also joined in paying for this form. Engineer Chris Ogemoyi, former group executive director at the NNPC, and somebody who has held the various peace in the oil sector, also a former minister, was also part, he has also contributed to this. Dr. Pius Udubu, immediate past, former deputy governor, also contributed to the payment of this form. He could not make it, but he contributed to this form and has also pledged to support. So what we have is very unique and very laudable, where people who are more than qualified to contest for office can agree simply because of the interest of the state and the need to present a united front to sacrifice their own personal ambition and work for somebody. That is what they have done. I'm very grateful to them. Now, I wish to say that I'm a foundation member of this party. I'm one of those who actually formed this party. And when the constitution was being drafted, apart from being a member of the major committee, I was the vice chairman of the constitutional drafting committee. So we wrote the constitution, and I played a major role. And we also ensured that APC, then ACN, was entrenched in our state. I left the party in 2014 after the registration because of some differences we had over congresses. Even in families you disagree, you quarrel, not to talk about in politics. But I thank God that that is behind us. Sanity has prevailed. I've learned my lessons and I've come back home. I want to thank all those who also made it possible for me to come back home. And I came back and my people also told me, look, Pastor, we always wanted you to run for governor. If you had not gone, you would have contested. Now that you are back, we want you to contest. These fine gentlemen had gotten the nod in our group. I would have also followed them because I made up my mind that no sacrifice is too great. And in any event, whatever I want to achieve in Edo can also be achieved by somebody else. So I want to thank them for the privilege. And I want to assure you that we mean well for our state. We mean well for our state. Many of us have held various positions in the past. And I want to tell you that most of us are not hungry. We are not looking for positions simply because we need to look for something to occupy us. Many of us are very passionate about the development of our state. And even though what we have now is an APC government, but we are not too happy with the pace of development. We are not happy with the rancor, we are not happy with the division, we are not happy with the insecurity in our state. And that cannot augur well for development. And that is why we say, well, you know, our party cannot be changed under our excuse. It's better that we change the incumbent and ensure that our party remains in office. And by the grace of God, we are going to go into the election, we are going to go into the primaries. We believe by the grace of God and the support of our people will win, and we will also win the election. So thank you very much. If you can tell me that you don't quarrel, I'm sure even with your wife you quarrel. If you were to play back all the conversations, you disagree, you agree, you move on. And we must all have a forgiving spirit. There are times in life when you disagree over issues, and that can make you exchange words, but it's normal. And of course, elections and campaigns, you don't expect the man in APC to compliment me when I'm in PDP. And you don't expect me vying for office in PDP to compliment the person in APC. So it's normal. And the people understand the context in which those things were said, and it's not something that anybody can take home about. I have the highest respect for people, but during campaigns, there are so many things that we say. After campaigns, we close ranks and we come together. That's life. Okay. Well, the national chairman cannot endorse me. I wish it was possible, but you must understand that by virtue of his office, he cannot afford the luxury of trying to take sides in a matter like that. So the national chairman is clearly out of it. No matter how much I would crave his support, I will not want to do anything that will compromise his integrity or office. So that is out of it. But of course, by the grace of God, by the time we have a candidate, correct, now we are still basically aspirants. By the time we have a candidate, then of course we can enjoy the full support of the party leadership. For our leader, Asiwaju Tinubu, it will surprise you to know that I've not even seen him for a long time. So if you are telling me that he's supporting me, I want to appreciate that information, you know. But I have not seen him. But if it's true, please convey to him my gratitude, you know. And of course, too, for the president. I have not seen the president. So if you're also telling me that he's supporting me, then it actually means that I'm home and dry. And I want to thank you for that information. But you asked the last question, which I really want to. Yes. Eh? Very, very sorry for this because when I was so carried away by my aspirants who came that I forgot to mention that apart from their contribution, the people that pay the balance and who are here with me today, in a very rare show of support, are key leaders in the National Assembly. Honorable Peter Akpatasin, a ranking member from our state representing the group of Akoko Edo, and the deputy leader in the House of Reps is here on behalf of the APC caucus in the National Assembly. He's here, and I want to thank him for what they have done. But I can tell you for free that they have endorsed me if you want to get if you are looking for endorsements. And of course, Honorable Johnny Oguma, another ranking member representing the good people of Isako, the 3 Isako local governments, is also here. Professor Yobere should have been here, but he's involved in committee meetings and he couldn't come. Senator Ale Mikena too should have been here, and I want to thank all these people who have gladly said they would. Past rep members. Yes, who have and of course you have past rep members talk. I have not heard the national chairman say any negative thing about the governor. What I see is a one-way traffic. The governor, his deputy, and people in his government constantly and consistently abusing the national chairman, but like a father, he has kept quiet. So for me, I really do not see it as a rift between the governor and the national chairman. And the question would be, what is the rift about? The national chairman cannot contest for governorship again. He has done that. He has moved on. And I'm not aware that our governor wants to become national chairman. They are not from the same senatorial. They are not running for Senate together. So the issue of rift must mean that there is an issue. What is the issue? There can be no rift. But if you say that the governor has created rift between himself and leaders of the party in Edo State, yes, you are right. Because people that put him into office, he dismissed them. Used all kinds of negative words to describe them. He has no relationship with them. So how do you expect such people to support you again for a second term? If you think you can do it on your own, then do it. Now, when I came in, it will interest you to know that I made several efforts to see the governor. And the reason for those efforts was, one, to tell him I was coming back home, and number 2, to advise him that it was better to have a united house than creating factions. It's surprising that before I came into the party, I could speak to him at will. But the moment I told him my agenda, why I wanted to see him, it became impossible. He closed the door. And of course, you don't expect me to try to force my way to government house. It cannot be possible. So I have done my best in trying to talk to him and those who are close to him that fashion and strong words is not the way to go. For me, the governor has a right to seek a second term, but he cannot say that it is non-negotiable. Because when you say it's non-negotiable, you are saying that the party cannot even sell ticket to somebody else. If you are saying it's non-negotiable, it means that even Edo people have no discretion about the choice of who will be governor. So you cannot use the word is non-negotiable. You say you can say yes, you have a right to contest again, fine. But to say it's non-negotiable is to rubbish the rest of us who also have a right to contest. So I've done my best in trying to give counsel, but I cannot force my advice on the governor. He has his own advisors. And I believe that what will be. But you know, even the rancor that he has created, because it was avoidable, does not even augur well for development. The level of insecurity there, as of today, cannot bring investors to our state. So the key to even bringing development is creating a serene atmosphere, an atmosphere that can be attractive to people, especially investors. That is absent right now, even though he has increased the security vote to the highest we've ever had in the state. But it has not translated to reducing the insecurity in our state. One thing that I have done, I have been privileged to have served the state at various levels. At the local government level, at the state level, I was chief of staff, I was secretary to government. I understand the workings of government. A lot of times you have people becoming governors who have no clear idea of what they want to do. I'm sorry to say. In my case, even before I ran for office, I had sat down with experts and we have articulated a roadmap, which I call the simple agenda. The simple agenda is available. If I knew that I would have this kind of interaction, maybe I would have brought it, but I will send it to the chairman to give you copies. It's an it's a roadmap on how we believe Edo State can be developed. And the reason why we did that is because we want the people to hold us accountable, to be able to track our achievements and say, this is what you said, this is what you have not done. You know, we need to have a document that we can run with. And I want to assure you that it's a realistic, doable document. And by the grace of God, the moment we enter into office, we'll begin to run with it. So you are going to see a lot of difference. And of course, any party, and any governor that wants to succeed must carry his party along. You cannot use a party to get into office and then you blow the bridge. How did you get into office? A party put you there. Ideally, you are even running on the manifesto and goodwill of the party. In Edo State, you have 2,627 polling units. The governor votes only in one. And if you go and check the records, that governor is not even the first. If you are looking at the first 1,000 highest votes that came from APC, the governor is not among them. So if you really want to look at it objectively, there are people who contributed more than you on election day to make you win. And then you win and you say that, look, you don't want to see them. They shouldn't come near you. You're going to have crisis. And crisis will derail you from governance. So you also want a governor that can relate well with his party. Understand the link between himself and the party that put him into office. In our state, to be honest, we have people and leaders who are well-to-do, who have held positions. They are not leaders who will come and ask you for money. I've heard people say, oh, I had to try to asking me for money. Give names. Give names. Who? Is he a retired general who is comfortable? Is he a retired oil expert who is comfortable? So, he's giving a dog a bad name. Any governor that wants to succeed must create an atmosphere that will bring peace, because he needs that to develop the state. I can assure you, by the grace of God, I get it. You will see a lot of difference. Sorry.
For speaking, and we wish you best of luck. I will also know that you progress in this journey.